CTO, my friend, CTO
What exactly is CTO?
The Chief Technology Officer, the person responsible for technology.
It's because we always made terms fancier. CMO, for instance, is just the marketing director. Ha ha ha.
I'm married. I'm from Brasilia. I have a beautiful daughter.
Born with the spirit of an entrepreneur, right, my friend? Tell us a bit of that story about how you got started. Started at a gym reception and then moved on to entrepreneurship. Tell us a bit about that journey.
From the beginning of your journey. What was your first contact with entrepreneurship? Where you say, man, I'm going to start my business. Tell a little bit of the story.
This story about the gym, I was still a teenager. People were setting up a gym in the neighborhood where I lived, there on 215.
215
On
what?
South Wing.
Okay. I lived on the north, on the other side. Ha ha ha.
And then I was fascinated about the gym. And I volunteered to help when everyone was setting up, building the gym. And the owner said, Jude,
come work here.
The owner said, gee, this kid is good people. Cool. Let's call him to work at the reception. I was excited, right? Everyone at the gym was beautiful.
How old were you?
Oh, I must have been around 17, 16 years old.
Was there a free gym?
Yes, there was a free gym.
So it was already worth it?
I used to receive a sigh at reception from some pretty girls. I was excited back in my teenage years. But after that, I ended up doing some work for Carrefour. For instance, I worked on a quick consulting job. I also set up a sun mushroom production greenhouse in partnership with a friend who owned a farm here in Brasilia. They selected a spot where we set up a greenhouse. I sold what I had, a car, to be able to
invest in the business.
Invest in the business. I ended up suffering from a plague, and the mushroom production did not succeed.
Was that your first venture?
To be honest, the very first one was, let's put it this way, I should have had around 13 years old.
Come on, what?
13 years old, which was an idea that came up in a conversation with a friend. And at the time, we wanted to go to some parties here in Brasilia. And then he said, man, why don't we create a magazine? We pretend that we are reporters and join the parties. Okay,
joining the parties.
But it has to be something serious, I said. It's going to be serious. We're going to create the magazine. So then we get the sponsors, and then we joined the parties to take some photos and enjoy the ballad.
The ballad.
And then at that time, I was already chosen to sell the ads. Then I remember to sell an ad.
What was the magazine's name?
Dude,
I'm from the same time as you, bro. I think the parties you went to, I went to as well.
In the beginning, we called the magazine The Scandal.
Scandal.
Man, when we used to say at a party, I'm a reporter for Scandal magazine.
Get out
the
of
guy,
here,
no,
bro.
wow. No, what's this? Take good care of those boys. Ha ha ha. But
hey man, the guy covered parties over at Scaramouche.
yes, Scaramouche, exactly. Hey.
The older folks here are already identifying themselves.
How old are you?
I am 44 years old.
Same age as me. I'm from January, you're from February,
I
right?
am,
I'm a month older. Ha ha.
But that was it. So then I've always enjoyed being involved in entrepreneurship. And back in the gym days, back then, my dad owned a big furniture factory in Unai, Minas Gerais. I seized the opportunity and set up a furniture store. Here in Ceilândia, a shop to sell the furniture my dad made in the factory.
At 19 years old.
I had to be emancipated to be able to set up the shop in my name, so I was 17 years old. So
the guy at the age of 17 was already the boss of a bunch of people.
Okay. It wasn't exactly a bunch. We set up a shop and needed to hire some folks. I thought about hiring maybe 2-3 people. And already at that time, when we opened the positions, A very pretty girl showed up there to drop off her resume. What a pretty girl.
You took the chance and married her.
I got her resume. When she went to drop off her resume, I told my sister, wow, this one is to marry Juliana. What's this, Ricardo?
Calm down, brave one. You started the right way in
I
entrepreneurship,
hear
didn't you?
Sandra, who must be watching us right now, my wife today, mother of my
So
daughter.
it worked out.
Yes,
huh?
it worked.
Was it your first hire?
Yes,
Look
it
at
was.
that, man. And now it's for
Yes,
life.
for the whole life. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. Very good. So there at the furniture store, your dad made the furniture there and you sold it here? How did you do it? How did you do it?
Yes, he made those in Unai. Then I sold the beds, the furniture he made here. The store wasn't open for long because when my dad found out I was dating the employee, he got really mad. So I said, so I can't date the employee, then she won't be my employee anymore.
Love spoke louder than entrepreneurship.
I'm closing down the shop, ending this business, but I'll keep dating Sandra.
It also has life
It's
connections.
love. It's a love story. It's not just entrepreneurs, right? And then after
So after that, I started selling English courses and working a few other things. I started learning a bit about technology, programming on my own, and then I landed my first job in the technology field.